Now we talked about Real Madrid Man City game being a classic, but man, this game didn't lack any quality either. 2-2 draw at the Emirates. The word I would say for this game is heritage. Bayern was coming in this game with fraudulent, terrible, garbage form. You could see a lot of the Arsenal fans, rightfully so, were very confident in this game. But man, what happened? That's what we're going to cover in this video. I believe it's a game that had everything: goals, penalties, a couple of weird calls, perhaps, some controversy maybe. I'll talk about it. But it starts off with Saka, classic Saka goal, cut inside, bend it in the top left, bottom left this time. Great goal to get past Neuer, to be honest. Arsenal with a good play, stacking 3 players on the right side, combining, and you just felt like, okay, what was expected was going to happen. Arsenal are going to dominate this weak, fragile Bayern. But listen, do not count Bayern out, man. They are Bayern Munich, and if there's one thing that I've noticed into Champions League, do not count Bayern out. They are German efficiency. They are robots. They always perform. Gnabry is the man for the big occasion. Now, he has put on some weight. His form has dropped off considerably from the last time he faced Arsenal. But I do think Gnabry has some big game goals in him. Gnabry just gets in on goal. Good finish. 1-1. Game is back on. The cooking celebration is back. And just like that, the momentum just switches. Sane, who I thought had a very poor game, not really vibing with what Sane is doing this season. He had a great start of the season, but the second half, man, a lot of Bayern fans won him out. And to be honest, it's very fair to see why. However, he did have this amazing run. Just drove right up the Arsenal defense. Nobody stopped him. Nobody stepped up to him until they did, and it was a penalty. I think it's a fair penalty. Harry Kane steps up. He could have sent to the moon like the Euros or the World Cup, but he did not. It is Arsenal after all. He loves scoring against Arsenal. He just scores 2-1. Bayern are winning at Arsenal's ground, at the Emirates, after a terrible form in the Bundesliga. Who could have seen that coming? So the first half 2-1 to Bayern. Arsenal knew they needed to come in the second half with some more energy. They needed a draw here. They could not lose at home because going to the Allianz Arena would be difficult. They had their chances. Great play from Gabriel Jesus, who I think, again, is not a striker. He's more so of a false 9, but amazing play for him. Sets up Trossard, who, man, this guy's finishing is underrated at this point. I don't know how many clutch goals he scores, but he has that knack for finishing. This guy can be a surprise player for Arsenal. Good finish, 2-2. Back in the game for Arsenal. I thought Musiala had a bad game. Not necessarily a bad game, maybe, but he also did not do that much. I think that midfield of Goretzka and Leimer, man, I do not really mess with it, but it did work decently well. I think this is a great result for Bayern. I think Eric Dyer is terrible. I have no idea what they saw in this guy. Why did they sign? He's not a Bayern level player, in my opinion. Davies defensively is trash. I've said it again and again. This guy is still stuck in 2020. Great attacking wise, but he just doesn't put off the numbers anymore. And defensively, he's tragic to watch. But what do I think about this game? To be honest, this is an amazing result for Bayern. They already know the league is over. This is all they have. And they go in Arsenal's ground. They get a draw. Bayern could not have asked for more, to be honest. The problem is that at the Allianz Arena, they do not have fans because of an incident with flares, and that will be a little weird. Will it affect them really? I believe a little bit, yes, it will, but they do have the advantage of heritage in the second leg. It is in Germany, after all, even if there is no fans, it is their stadium. Again, they have that German mentality of, I do not care. I'm just about efficiency, about doing my job. I don't see how the fans have that major of an effect on this game. And let's be honest here. Thomas Tuchel is not a league coach, okay? He always has fights with the board, with the club, the players. He always ends up having fights with all of them. But in the Champions League, in these knockout competitions, man, this guy just, I don't know, he always performs, it seems like. I don't know if it's the way he sets his team up. Maybe it's the style of play the Champions League needs. I don't know, but this guy in the Champions League is still him. Do not underestimate him. Arteta, for as good as he is in setting up his team, for building it from the ground up, He does not have Tuchel's experience in knockout rounds, and neither does he have his aura. Yes, I said aura. Arsenal need to be very careful here because they are, I believe, underdogs now. They went from huge favorites to underdogs immediately just like that, and that is the Champions League. Looking at some quick stats here, Arsenal were better statistically, and I believe that is fair in accordance to the game. 13 shots overall, 4 on target with 60% possession to Bayern's only 8 shots and 2 on target with 40% possession. Talk about efficiency right there. Last but not least, I do want to talk a little bit about the controversy. There was a couple. I believe Saka's penalty in the last minute. It was not given. A lot of the noise I hear is because it was not checked by VAR at all, which, okay, I can understand that. But the way I see it is that Saka dove into Neuer with his knee, and how do you avoid that as Neuer? You can't. Saka does initiate the contact, in my opinion, and it should not be a penalty. It would be very harsh if they gave that. I understand the pressure the referee had because of the fans and everything, but I believe it's the right decision here. There was another occasion where I believe player picked up the ball. It was a little weird. I don't really see it.
I just think it would be very harsh on Arsenal. I understand the rules are the rules, but it would just spoil the game and ruin it, in my opinion. I'm glad the referee did not give that call.
There's nothing to blame. I think the referee was right most of the time. And Arsenal potentially bottled their chance to the semi-final, man. This is huge for Bayern's season. And I'm going to go with a 55% chance of Bayern going through it in the second leg here. We made a video about our UCL prediction, and I said Arsenal, but after seeing this result, I'm going to have to switch up. I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. I have to switch up here. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think Arsenal is just going to go to Bayern's home fanless and just completely dominate them, fix what they did wrong in this game, and just make it to the semifinal? Or would Bayern's heritage, history, and experience send them through here? Interested to know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. PSG, Barcelona, Atletico Dortmund are next. Let's go.